a harsh truth. In Dallas, Texas, there was a man named Marcus who once loved a woman with all his heart. He accepted every boundary being crossed simply because he was afraid of losing her. She went to bars with her ex without telling him. She spoke to her old boyfriend again, and Marcus just forced a smile. He thought, "Don't be the controlling guy." But he forgot one thing. If you don't respect yourself, no one else will do it for you. 1. The first signs are always clear, but you ignore them. Women don't need to lie, they act, and actions don't pretend. Chris, a software engineer in Los Angeles, once dated a woman he found radiantly attractive. In the early dates, she talked about dozens of men texting her, proudly mentioning that 3 had proposed to her. Chris laughed, thinking it was charming confidence, but later he realized it wasn't confidence. It was a silent declaration. I have options, and you're just one of them. If you pay close attention, the red flags always show up early, in the way she dresses to attract attention rather than express herself, in the look she gives when she receives a compliment from another man, in the tone she uses when talking about her ex, filled with contempt or still too much emotion. She didn't lie to you, but you convinced yourself it was no big deal. And then you walked into a relationship where the warnings had been sounding all along. You just chose not to hear them. 2. Insecure men are the perfect prey. In America, there's a pattern that plays out endlessly in couples therapy. Wounded women attaching themselves to men who don't know how to protect themselves. Dr. Laura Jenkins, a therapist in Chicago, once shared, "Unhealed women are often drawn to men they can control because they mistake that for safety. But in reality, it's a dangerous contract between 2 unhealed wounds. Men with low self-worth believe true love means unlimited sacrifice. They give in, they endure, and they call it patience. But what they don't realize is this: no one respects a man who loses himself just to keep someone else. Meanwhile, men who know how to set boundaries don't need to raise their voice. They don't need to prove anything. They know who they are, what's acceptable, and when to walk away. They aren't drawn to short-term beauty, but seek long-term stability, and mature women feel that, not with logic, but with intuition, and that's why those men earn respect. 3. If you don't speak up when something feels wrong, your silence is surrender. There is a kind of silence that earns respect, but there's another kind that makes you lose yourself, piece by piece. Jake, a former US Marine in New York, once shared, "I thought I was strong for not getting angry, for not reacting. But I didn't realize that my silence was giving her permission to cross one more line, and then another." He didn't want to control. He just wanted peace. But the more he endured, the more of himself he lost. Many men think forgiveness means no reaction. But in reality, when you allow someone to hurt you without saying a word, you're not forgiving. You're teaching them it's okay to do it again, and they will. A healthy relationship isn't built on one-sided endurance. It requires clarity. It requires a voice. And if you can't say, "That hurt me," then you've lost respect before you ever lose the woman. 4. The deeper reason lies in childhood. No one taught you how to be loved. Many men grow up without ever experiencing unconditional love. No one held them when they cried. No one looked into their eyes and said, "You don't have to do anything to be worthy of love." In Houston, a family therapist once said, "Many grown men are still trying to heal the 7-year-old boy inside, the boy who was never chosen, never had anyone stay." Because of that absence, they grow into adults carrying a hunger for affection, but they don't know how to name it. They call it love. But in truth, it's the desperate need to prove they matter. And when a woman pays attention to them, even for a moment, they cling to it. They are willing to bend, to sacrifice, to stay silent, just to not lose the feeling of being chosen. But love is not a competition. It's not about who suffers more to be kept. You don't have to lose yourself to be loved. Someone who truly loves you won't ask you to suffer to make them stay. 5. Setting boundaries doesn't make the right woman leave. It makes the wrong one go. A seasoned man understands boundaries aren't about controlling others. They're about protecting yourself. At a relationship seminar in Seattle, a men's coach once said, "If a woman leaves just because you say, 'I don't accept that,' you've just been saved from a life that would have drained you." On the other hand, the right woman won't just respect your boundaries. She'll appreciate you for being clear and grounded enough to make the relationship safe for both of you. Boundaries aren't walls, they're foundations. If you don't speak up about what doesn't feel right, you're letting someone else teach you how to live. And sometimes the only way to earn respect is to walk away in silence. No anger, no begging. Just stand up, adjust your jacket, and leave the place where your peace no longer exists. True peace doesn't come from keeping someone at any cost. It comes from knowing you deserve better. Final message. If you've ever stayed silent when you should have spoken, if you've ever bent yourself just to keep someone who wasn't real, then maybe it's time to begin again, as a stronger version of yourself, clearer, firmer, and aware of what you truly deserve. Share this video with a brother who's losing himself in love. And if you're ready to step into a relationship with clarity and dignity, leave a comment. I won't trade respect for presence. We don't need more love. We need the right person, in the right way, with the right boundaries. You are worthy of that. Never forget it. Thank you for watching till the end. See you in the next video.